Thank you for watching. This is Republican News. In national news, elections have drawn to a close without incident. Drawing from the experience last month where the Office of Magistrate underwent 3 separate ballot malfunctions, as well as heated debate in elections past, opinion polls display that these recent elections have been the most mild to date. On his last day in office, former Chancellor Graz was noted saying, "Congratulations everyone for elections well executed."
The office of Chancellor has been the most contested in Kodiak history, with 4 very well known and respected candidates. Former Premier South Boston Irishman, former Vice-Chancellor Wicked Wives, former Vice-Chancellor Michael the Great Man, and Foreign Minister Starro, all vying for the most essential position in government. A runoff election between Wicked Wives and South Boston Irishman concluded with Wicked Wives receiving nearly 3/4 of the vote. The election for Premier concluded with a 63% majority in favour of Dukin over candidates Struve and West Dalka. The remaining offices were uncontested, with Chilla Longcorn retaining the World Assembly delegateship, Nedanew retaining her magistrate seat, and Searles unopposed for sheriff.
With Chancellor Wicked Wife's ascension, a new cabinet has been selected and approved by the General Assembly. Vice-Chancellor Silmeria was a former Minister of Domestic Affairs in the Graz administration and has been an active and respected member of the Assembly. Foreign Minister Starro, as well as being a former Chancellor, has been in charge of foreign affairs for the better part of 4 months. Domestic Minister South Boston Irishman, previously the Premier of the Assembly, has served as Deputy Domestic Minister in administrations past. Defense Minister Icecombe, also a carryover from the Graz administration, is a respected member of the international community, specializing in both military strategy and intelligence.
The General Assembly has seen a great deal of activity in recent times, with numerous pieces of legislation being introduced and discussed by Kodiak members. Several of these involved changes to the Constitution, including a suggestion to change the long-lived title of Prime Minister to the more politically accurate title of Chancellor. Passed by the General Assembly with more than the 75% supermajority needed for a constitutional amendment, the citizens of Kodiak have coped well with the change, and the concept of Chancellor has slipped easily into the regional vernacular. Laws have long been in effect that prevent any member of Kodiak from holding more than one elected position at a time. However, recent legislation has also ensured that no one person can run for 2 positions during the one election. Such legislation relies on a large base of active members to keep democracy going, and the Kodiak Republic is proud to boast activity capable of sustaining these laws.
The responsibility of the elections themselves have also been altered. Previously the duty of the Chancellor, this job has now been transferred to the Council of Aldermen. This group of retired Kodiak politicians now has the task of commencing the election and overseeing the general processes. In international news, the New Revolution has recreated themselves for the sole purpose of malicious spamming. After an extended period of quiet, the group, who call themselves the Enclave, sent a one-man convoy to deliver a message of warning to the regions of nation-states. Colonel Autumn, the group's representative, stated that their objective is to right the wrongs of the, quote, imperialist regions who slandered the name of the New Revolution. He continued on to mention that their first target was the region of Great Britain and Ireland. Great Britain and Ireland were swiftly informed of the possible attack and have thanked TKR for the information. Reactions to the threat on the part of TKR members, however, were minimal, and Colonel Autumn's angry rants were largely ignored and their intended effect lost in Kodiak's signatory whirl of spam. The general downplaying of the situation was reinforced by former president, founder, and root administrator Reichland, who, after using his infamous banjection stick on Colonel Autumn, was reported saying that the threat would be easy to deal with and that plans to combat such attacks had already been discussed as a result of several other occasions where the Kodiak community had been endangered by these spammers. Nevertheless, this relaxed attitude toward the warning did not stop further investigation being made into the Enclave. Evidence was soon found linking the respected former Premier of TKR Struve with the character of Colonel Autumn. President Woprythian has presented this evidence to the court, and the trial is underway.
In local news, the upcoming American spring break has seen both the newly appointed Minister of Domestic Affairs, South Boston Irishman, and freshly elected Sheriff, Commonwealth of Searles, announce temporary absences as they enjoy their short vacation. Personal matters have also taken their toll on other prominent members of Kodiak. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Starro, has cited stress in real life as the cause of his recent inactivity, and the region has attempted to fortify him with support and hugs. Former Vice-Chancellor Michael the Great Man has also been through a period of inactivity associated with an extended episode of illness. Our thoughts and prayers go out to both of these members. Former Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs Seymour announced his departure from the region recently, citing relationship issues. His exodus, however, was short-lived, and he returned soon afterwards, stating that he would only retire from politics rather than from the region as a whole. It seems that Seymour is not the only prodigal son to hit the Kodiak forums of late.
The celebrated Burncourt created a fervor of commotion as he was spotted online, even posting for the first time in months. The elusive Burncourt was rapidly contacted by former Chancellor Graz, and is reported to have stated that he was back in Kodiak, but only to run his long-established bar, The Shine. All members of Kodiak who remember this legendary and treasured spammer hope that he is truly back and here to stay. With record-breaking activity, the most positive polling in months, coupled with the threat of war and a new administration, what will be in store for Chancellor Wiggleswive's first month in office? If the last month is any indication, anything can happen, and the world better stay on its toes. For Republican News, this is Reichlin, and you keep on politicking, Kodiak.
And this is Ned and Nude. Have a good night and keep on spamming.
But mainly keep on politicking.
Keep spamming.
Politicking, I'm Reichlin.
Spamming.
I'm Ron Burgundy. Reichlin.